Hey there everyone, this is Matt for Creative Reviews. Today we're here with an HTC Droid Incredible 2. This phone was originally released in January of 2011. It is currently July of 2013, and while there's a lot of newer Android phones out there, this has always been one of my favorites, especially now because you can find these pretty cheap online just in case you need a backup phone or a phone that works on your prepaid service. This one again is for Verizon. And let's go down the specs a little bit. This one is running 2.3.4. The dimensions are 4.75 by 2.52 by 0.48 inches, and it weighs a nice and light 4.77 ounces, which is 135 grams. The screen is 4 inches. It has pretty poor now resolution of 480 by 800 pixels, and that means 233 pixels per inch. The screen technology is an SLCD. Of course, it has multi-touch. It has a light sensor, proximity sensor, so you don't trip up and accidentally dial somebody while the phone is next to your face while calling, and it has nice scratch-resistant glass. One of my favorite things about this phone is the long battery life. It's rated at 6.5 hours, and the standby time would be 15 days. And while that sounds short, this actually is lasting me a lot longer than most other phones that I've tried out recently. I've left it without actually really charging it for about 4 days, using this sparingly, looking at Facebook and ESPN and TMZ and all that. I think it's great. Of course, it does not have the fastest processor, but it seems to be holding up pretty fine. The processor is a Qualcomm Snapdragon S2, and specifically that's the MSM8655. It has a single core processor, 1000 megahertz, and it has 768 megabytes of RAM. I think this is a perfectly able phone for whatever you need to do. The speaker and the front-facing camera are the only two things that I have qualms about. Speakers back here sounds really tinny, and when you hold it away from you can barely hear it unless it's really quiet. And let me show you the front-facing camera here, which looks really pixelated. I'll try to get out of the light. The rear-facing camera is fine. Nothing special, and definitely not good in comparison to other phones, but you can take good pictures here. Now let me see if I can actually get me in the shot without getting whited out. See, it's very jerky, it's very pixelated, it's not there. Yeah, you can definitely see the pixels around my finger. It is not a very good front-facing camera at all. Basic, just for video messaging, not for taking pictures with that at all. And that's just a little bit disappointing. But of course, this is a phone that is over 2 years old. This has again been one of my favorite Android phones and Droid phones because of the small form factor. It actually resembles something like an iPhone more than nowadays Droids, which have really, really big screens, and they're moving up in a totally different direction. Another little thing that I kind of liked, or I just find interesting, is if you can see the capacitive buttons down here, they're not part of the screen, but when you actually turn the phone, the little buttons there, they change, and they turn with it. I just think that's something kind of cool. But of course, nothing that's really relevant at all. Relevant to the use of the phone. But this again is one of my favorite. It was one of my favorite phones, and still is, because you can find this at a great price. Again, you can use this on your Verizon, either contract. I guess you wouldn't get a contract if you buy this online, or prepaid. Definitely go try it out. It's a perfectly capable phone if you need something for backup, or just can't afford the brand new phones that are out right now. Alright, so this has been Matt for Creative Reviews, and we've been taking a look at an HTC Droid Incredible 2. One of my preferences back when it was released, and I suggest that if you want a secondary phone or a cheaper Droid phone, go for this. Alright, find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Blogger. Let us know what you like and what you don't like, and I'll see you guys next time.